They got hate for that. They can't wait for that.
So the infamous Mobb Deep.
Yo, you gotta go. You the one that's about to hate on it.
No. See, don't start with these narratives, man. Don't start with these false narratives. Don't start with the false narratives, all right? Are we giving our overall thoughts? Let's give our overall thoughts at the end, all right? Because I want...
Talk about Mobb Deep, though. Do you know Mobb Deep? You ever listen to Mobb Deep?
What are you talking about?
This is my first time ever listening to him.
Okay, first time ever hearing the infamous.
Okay.
From BDawg. Okay, never heard no Mobb Deep song.
Oh, first time. Oh, you can do a reaction video right now, dog. Give us one of those crazy reaction faces right there.
Make a funny face, screenshot it, and then put that on our thumbnail.
Yeah. What's your reaction? Show your reaction right now.
That's my reaction. Like I said, this is before I was born, so I have no connection, relation. I don't know nothing about what was going on. I don't know. I don't even know who these people are, honestly. Like, I heard of them, but if I was like next year, multiple choice test, they're like, who's in Mobb Deep? I'd be like, oh snap, this is gonna be kind of tough. Like, I think I know, but I'm not sure. So yeah, man, this is my first time. It was a good album. They had no bad songs, but
let's go track for track. And we all honest here. This man didn't grow up in the 90s, so I definitely always knew who Mobb Deep is, and I feel like they have a lot of love on the internet. They're talked about a lot. They got a lot of love just in hip hop culture in general, man. They are legendary in a special type of way. We have a lot of us 90s rappers. I feel like they are more respected than many of the other ones are. They have, like, I feel like no one criticizes their music in a way. So I'm interested in talking about this album. Let's start from the first track. Start of your ending. What you thought when you turned on the album? I thought this was a good start. Nothing crazy, but I thought it was a good start.
Yeah, for sure. I thought in my notes I wrote is a smooth, classic New York sound. There's a song that, if people want to know what New York sounded like, exactly what New York sounded like before Nicki Minaj came around, this was it. The new sound of New York, Nicki Minaj.
All right, so I think it's a cool song. Like I said, it's nothing. I don't think it stands out at all in the album, but it's a good start. Then we get to Survival of the Fittest. And that's the jam. That is the classic, I think their second best, most known song almost. The starting line, it's a war going on outside, no man is safe from. I feel like it's constantly quoted, constantly talked about. So what y'all think of this one?
Yeah, this is super grimy. I love this song.
Yeah,
fire.
Of course.
Fire. I didn't even know this was one of those songs for everybody, so that's good. But yeah,
that's funny because I listened to this album a good bit when I was younger, so it's interesting to hear your perspective on it.
Yeah, this is fire. I like the feel of the song.
Move on to Eye for an Eye.
You like this song?
I just said, no, this is an amazing song. The production is great. I mean, one thing about this album is total. I mean, the production on this album is great. Okay? For many of the songs. The songs that are their classic songs, the beats are, you hear people rap over these beats. You hear people freestyle over these beats. They'll drop these beats, when you go to a radio station and be like, boom, oh, Shook One's beat. Or, boom, Survival of the Fittest beat, This is like some of the best beats. Or most classic hip hop beats on this album. I think the highs, right, for this type of music, I think the highs are out of this world, and I think, I think some of it is, we're gonna get there. Some of the songs I think are just, meh, but the highs are crazy.
Can you explain Mobb Deep to me? All right, hold on.
Can I explain?
We should have had old Baldy bring us in on this, because. Yeah, tell me what. I mean, did you listen to it in 95?
95, not this album. No, 95, I was I wasn't into them then. I think I might have got into them after I heard a song. I might have been in like high school, middle school before I went back and listened to this album. Yeah, must. Oh, you know what it was? Murder Music. When Murder Music was about to come out, the hype was crazy. And I didn't really know why the hype was so big. So reading the source and things like that, I was like, okay, I gotta find out. So me and one of my friends, who was another rap nerd, he was like, oh, I got it, and we listened to it and stuff like that. So yeah, that's why. So I was late. We from New Orleans, man. I wasn't really knowing about Mobb Deep. When '95, I was 11 also, so I wasn't not really.
Is Prodigy and
Havoc.
Q-Tip and Havoc is Q-Tip in it?
Just Prodigy and Havoc. Mobb Deep is a duo. Havoc does the producing and he raps. Yeah, most of the beats and he raps. He took over the production more on this album. Q-Tip taught Havoc how to do the production and helps with the production.
Drums, I thought. I don't know if it's all the production, but yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, help with the drums.
Is this their first album?
No, this is their second album. Their first one is not worth talking about. Really, it's not good.
Damn. You make it a man. That's why they say you hate Mobb Deep.
I'm not. Dog, come on. Is this okay? Are we the juvenile? I mean, are people really? Come on, man. Like, can we be honest? It's the haters' ball. I'm sorry. I gotta keep it honest. The first
I haven't listened to it forever, but I know people act like all their albums are great.
Nobody's gonna be like
talk about the G one being good, and I'm like, no.
Nobody's gonna be like, oh, you never heard Mobb Deep? Go take your first listen, your first experience, be Juvenile Hell. Nobody's gonna say that. No one will say that to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's probably true.
So the Infamous is the one that they tell people to go listen to?
Yes. And then
it's by far their best album.
Their third album, Hell on Earth, is also very, very good. So I would say there's some people that might say
Murder Music got a bunch of bangers on it, but I wouldn't say that those albums are close to this one, in my opinion.
All right. So
I haven't listened to them in a long time, so maybe I'm forgetting some songs on there.
Yeah, Cool in the chat said that Prodigy also, produced, but I don't think he was producing on the Infamous, from my understanding. Now, let me know if we're wrong in the chat, but I don't think he was producing at this point. Because I
was reading it, the little description, and it says Q-Tip. Bouncy drum and saxophone loops opens up, drink away the pain. Mm-hmm. So I guess Q-Tip did produce on this, but maybe only in the second half. I don't know.
Nah, he was helping production the whole time. Like I said, he taught Havoc how to do the drums. The
I don't know about the whole time, though, man. I don't want to give Q-Tip too much more credit than Havoc, man. I think Havoc's supposed to get all the credit for this one.
Not all. Come on, you taught them how to do the drums. Those drums are the tribe drums.
Come on, man. But
all right,
let's not minimize my man Havoc. That's all I'm saying, man. Like,
I'm not minimizing. I'm not minimizing. I'm not minimizing. You gotta take everything I say as hate. See, this is what I'm saying, dog. You gotta take everything I say as hate. Speaking facts and not minimizing. If you teach someone how to do the drums, if Kanye goes and says, "Hey," or go get this person to do the drums on my album, or if Scott Storch, you play the keys on my album, then we give that person the credit for doing their part. Q-Tip did the drums. I'm not taking away from Havoc. Havoc picked these samples. From what I understand, he picked these samples. He pulled these samples out. He made the
album liner notes.
And
I think I actually had the album somewhere.
So
I don't know, dumb it down. It feel like you got like a lot of hate ready to come out, but you're holding it down right now.
All the old people know about the CD book. You know what I'm saying? This for the old people out here. I got to listen to somewhere, I think. But anyways, go ahead. So we talking about the next song?
Next song.
Yeah, I derailed us.
Yeah, man. Next song. So Give Up the Goods is another good one.
Wait, do we do Eye for Eye? We didn't do Eye for Eye.
Oh, we didn't go Eye for an Eye. Yeah, one of the best. I love Eye for an Eye.
Yeah, I don't love it. It's cool.
It's fire to me.
Yeah, I thought it was great. Everybody's verse is dope. I think this is one of the best Prodigy verses to me. I like on this song. To start off, I thought everybody had a dope verse. So I can't say
the hate gonna kick in. I don't want to be blindsided by the hate.
Dog,
I don't want you to be faking it either, too.
I'm not faking. All right, okay. I'll tell you when the hate coming. Eye for an eye is the best. Like Ortiz, the Infamous says, man. You know, this dude's named the Infamous, so I'm sure that he loves this album. I love an eye for an eye. I'll tell you exactly when my hate's gonna kick in. All right, I'm done. Y'all keep acting like I'm a hater, so I'll be a hater if y'all want me to. But this song is dope.
All right, Give Up the Goods. Good song to me. Not great. Doesn't stand out to me. It's cool.
Yeah, I like Give Up the Goods more.
I'm shocked that you said that.
I love Eye for Eye.
Yeah, I'm shocked that you say you like it.
I like Give Up the Goods more than Eye for an Eye, I think.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. I'm shocked. See, this is why we do this, man, because I'm always shocked at the takes that people say. So, okay. All right. What do you like about Give Up the Goods more? Because they don't got a Nas and a Raekwon feature.
The beat.
I
like the beat on Give Up the Goods more, for sure.
Okay. All right. Then what you think of Temperatures Rising? You know?
That's my favorite song on the album.
Okay.
Really?
Wow. I'm surprised that you would love the one with the chick singing.
Song. I play this song all the time. It never gets old. No, the beat is too great, man. And the story, man, I love this song, man. I love this song, man. I mean, I don't know if it's my favorite one because Shook Ones is you always think of that one. So, right. But it's just so overplayed. So when I play songs from this album, I always play Temperatures Rising.
That's funny.
I'm shocked. All of Baldy's takes right now are shocked by. I really thought you would be like, the grimy, the New York, the dark songs, and you like the brightest song on the album.
Right, Temperatures Rising is too great, man. And the chick be singing dark. I be like, this shit's hard. I love that shit.
I was like, this is cool. This is just like of course, this got the girls singing. This the regular R&B feature. Like, it ain't nothing special, but that's funny.
Oh, man, the story on this is great, man. I love this song. I love this song.
I thought the song is cool. I thought the song was just cool. I'm with
Rising is that one, man.
Yeah.
It's a girl singing on it, and it's not about love. It's still about a dude had to run away.
Yeah. Yeah, and then it goes into Up North Trip.
Yeah.
And, I
don't love Up North Trip as much.
Yeah, I think this is the weak part of the album. We get into this middle section, and to me, it's definitely
the weak
part of the album. I started to feel a little, listening to it again, I'm starting to feel like, all right, when is it going to pick up again? Like, it's, all right.
8, 9, and 10?
Yeah. Trife Life.
Trife Life was not it for me.
I just, again,
Same
thing.
Yeah, I figured that.
Yeah, to me, this is easily the weakest part of the album. Yeah, I could skip this whole middle section. It picks up again with Right Back at You. Ghostface, Raekwon, back and forth. So dope. I mean, I feel like they stole the show.
That's probably my second favorite song, or my favorite song, I guess, is that and Temperature Rising. Mm-hmm. When we saw them live, they did this. It was very hype. Very hype.
Yeah, so I feel like, one of my criticisms, I would say is that, to me, Mobb Deep don't have that type of chemistry. I feel like to have another duo come on your album and then like they did that so dope. Like they, sound like a duo on a track. But, I don't know.
That's not fair. It's Ray and Ghost. Who got better chemistry than Ray and Ghost?
My point is
nobody's better than Ray and Ghost.
All right, so there we go. That's my point. All right, so it speaks for itself. Then we go to.
I think people love Mobb Deep for like that type of stuff. I feel like they love Prodigy.
Right.
Like, I feel like that's what it is. It's like people love him and his personality or his aura on the tracks or whatever.
All right, so speak more to that. What is the aura? Because, I mean, I gotta be honest. Again, y'all want to hear the hate. I feel like it's kind of one note. I mean, every.
I love Prodigy, man. Oh man, you hurting me.
I ain't gonna lie. as somebody new, I'm sort of leaning towards dumb it down on this. It's good music though. I don't know how far your hate is because I ain't gonna. The album is not bad. I can see why it's a
No.
classic, but
No,
I don't know how much I'm gonna listen to this.
Yeah, because I mean, we still got super strong songs we didn't even talk about yet. But as far as the Prodigy aura, I don't even know how you would describe it, because to me, he's just so competent at rapping. He's not wowing you with any kind of wizardry on the mic, but he got stage presence, or because I wouldn't even call it that, because their live show was good. It wasn't the greatest. He got something on the mic, but I don't know if it's his voice or the way he's rapping, but he has a quality that everybody don't have. Charisma, whatever you want to call it.
I don't get it. This is where I want help. I want help from people in the chat. There's a lot of people online. Everyone, I've always heard of Mobb Deep. It's spoken in mythical, tones. Like just Prodigy, man, Prodigy. I don't get the personality or the charisma flowing through. I feel like, it's all just, like they tons of gun bars, tons of this type of talking. There's not really different subjects, on the album. It's not like they go different places. Can
I ask you? Is your beef with Prodigy or is it with Havoc? Or
well, I think Prodigy's easily the better rapper.
He has a beef with the people who elevate Prodigy higher than he thinks where they should be, because Prodigy is not lyrical miracle.
So you think they're overrated?
He thinks they're overrated for sure.
Yes. Now, I don't listen. It's not that I think they're overrated. Listen, it's not okay. Here's the thing. Like, for instance, when Joe Budden was on Drink Champs, we talked about Drink Champs. They asked him on the Quick Time of Slime, Outkast or Mobb Deep, right? And we did a video about it, but it was like people, when he said Outkast, there were people who were like angry about that, how could you say Mobb Deep over Outkast, and I mean, or Outkast over Mobb Deep. And to me, it's like Outkast is like easily the best duo. I don't get where people get off saying Mobb Deep's better. I don't like. Are people thinking? I just don't get it. Like, I don't get the.
Well, we're not from New York, so that's the first thing. Because if you was a Tim's in the summer with shorts type of guy, you would understand Prodigy better. Because he is that dude. He is a new NYC Negro through and through. It is I don't know, that's why I thought it was so whack when he was doing the G-Unit stuff, because it seemed like such a whack version of that who he was. Because Prodigy is that dude. Like, he seems like the a dude you would see in the street of New York that's really doing whatever he say he doing. Like, if there was a movie and they casted a thug, it would look like Prodigy. Prodigy would walk out, he would be that guy. In the movie, if it was like The Wire or whatever, like, he's just Prodigy. So, and his voice and stuff like that, I don't even know how to describe it, man. Because I love Prodigy. I love his solo albums. I love these Mobb Deep albums. And like I said, we didn't even get to all the great songs on this album. Mobb Deep got my favorite video of all time. So I'm a huge fan.
So, Matt asked a great question. Jadakiss or Prodigy?
Prodigy.
See, I think that's shocking to me. It's shocking to me because
it's not even hard.
That's my point, right? And now I think Prodigy has a better catalog. I'll say that flat out, because HNIC has lots of great songs. I love, like you said, he's got great music. We talked about this album is a classic. Please do not get me wrong. I love lots of songs on this album. Love them. All right. So, but my point is, when I listen to Jadakiss, he's got bars, punchlines that are like, wow. There's times when I listen to a verse of his, I'm
all
like,
his best songs are with somebody else.
True. Again.
And he has few songs where it's him only.
Agreed.
Prodigy carries singles.
Agreed. So if you're talking about which one has a better discography, again, it's easily Prodigy. I'm not.
Well,
yeah.
You asked me who I want to hear. if I gotta pick up a disc and it's a solo Jadakiss album and a solo Prodigy album, it's not even close. I know exactly what I'm gonna get. I get that Prodigy album, it's gonna be fire, pretty much throughout, especially if you're working with Alchemist. But if it's if I pick up the Jadakiss album, I'm gonna get some weird stuff. I'm gonna get a couple good ones. I'm gonna get some silly tales about ladies or street stuff. It don't hit the same. There'll be some great bars on there, but I mean, even in the duo, Jada ain't like that. That Freddie and Jason album was not like that. So I agree. If I need a 16 to save my life, I'm calling Jada. But if I want to hear an album, I'm definitely going to Prodigy.
I agree. I can't disagree with anything you just said. I think every point you made is a good point. But Peter's saying Prodigy's not very lyrical. His flows, his cadence, his swag is what hits you. So let me talk about that, because we already talked about this song. But like even Survival of the Fittest, which is a great song. It's it's a classic song. I love the song. I love the beat. I love the song. But even like his most quoted lyric, there's a war going on outside. No man is safe from. You can run, but you can't hide forever. From these streets we done took, you walking with your head down, scared to look. You shook, because ain't no such thing as halfway crooks, right? But my thing is, the most quoted bar, that first line, it doesn't rhyme with anything.
Right.
Like, I'm sorry, there's no rhymes. There's no rhyme scheme. Like, it's just...
he swags through a lot of tracks, man. I mean, look at the stuff he's saying, His best lines is always stuff like that. I break bread, ribs, $100 bills. Like, that sounds great though. When the song starts, I'm like, oh shit. I break ribs. I'm like, it's the thing. It's like, it's not some kind of great lines. It's just the way he does it. Easily Prodigy. I don't think 50 is close to Prodigy. Yeah, I don't even see how people way overrate 50 in my opinion.
We've talked about that. 50's overrated to us too. 50's overrated.
That's some New York shit. Prodigy has super classic bodies of work. I don't think 50 got nothing like what Prodigy got.
All right, let me ask dumb it down. So, if Prodigy was on better beats, would you respect him more?
No. He's on great beats. That's what he's got the best. That's what he got going for him. He's on amazing beats.
It is just one album.
Other rappers would do better on these beats
too. I'm sorry.
Say it again.
So you think other rappers would do better on these beats than he does?
I think we've seen that proven. I mean, the Nas, Raekwon, Ghostface, they all kind of out-rap him. I mean, like I said, I love his verse on Eye for an Eye. I think that's one of his better verses on the album. But I'm just saying, I think he consistently can get outshined. I mean, do we talk about songs like Quiet Storm and stuff like that as well? I mean, he's not...
Oh, I love his verse on Quiet Storm.
He's great on that too. And so I think he shows up. He's a competent... I have no issues with, like, hearing him on a track.
To you as everybody else. That's it.
He just... Yes.
Everybody else say he top 10, but you got him top 20, top 25, something like that. Okay.
Right. It's like that. It's like that.
He is the most competent, but not amazing rapper. Like Buckshot. Another person I love personally, but have I heard a Buckshot bar that was like, oh, not really. It's always the way he says it, what he says. The things he says I agree with, but he's not Lupe. All right, we're not talking about Lupe with the Prodigy. We're talking about a certain type of feeling.
So that's
how I feel about both of these albums we're going to review.
Right. So this is my thing, because so I feel like you hit the nail on the head. So that's why I always say I'm not a Mobb Deep hater. I'm really not. I love this album. It's just the way people talk about it sometimes are like you said, like he is a top 10 rapper all time, or like and maybe he is some people's favorite rapper. When I hear him on a track, I'm not wowed. I'm not turned off.
I don't think you ever will be.
Right.
Like, it's just not that.
So we're gonna get to, let's keep going, because when we get to Right Back at You, like I said, when Ghostface comes on, I'm instantly on this track.
That's what we're talking about.
I'm hyped.
Right.
Yeah, I'm hyped. Like, I'm like, oh, Ghost, like from his voice to his, like I said, to his flow, to the energy he brings. I'm like, oh, snap, Ghost is on here, I don't get that same feeling when I hear Prodigy come on the track. To me,
and he don't have that. He don't have that. So I mean, I agree with everything you're saying pretty much. I like it more than y'all because I feel the swag. It works for me. I like it. So I also want to buy. When I hear Prodigy, I wish I had Tim's on with no socks, in shorts in the summertime. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So then, anything else to say about this song before we keep going?
Nah.
All right. Cradle to the Grave, another great song, another standout track on this album.
Yep.
Any
I don't think we had too much to say, man. It sounds great.
All right. Now, what y'all think? Because this is an interesting one. Drink Away the Pain. This is like their concept song, to rap about alcohol, like it's a girl, like it's women. What y'all think of this one?
Like I said, I don't think they have a bad song on this album.
Mm-hmm.
It's just some stuff that I won't listen to again. And there's some stuff that I love that I will listen to again. It's just, I can see how it was a classic in its time. I don't know if it stands the test of time. I'm not going to be the one to say it is or isn't because I wasn't around, so I don't know. But it's a good song. Like I said, they don't have a bad song on this album to me.
Okay.
My favorites on this album, been my favorites, still going to be my favorites. Going back and listening to it, none of them made me be like, oh, I got to play this song more. I was like, nah, I still love Right Back at You. I don't listen to Shook Ones as much because it's so overplayed.
Right.
But I still love that song. Temperatures Rising and Survival of the Fittest, basically the main. And I do listen to a good bit too. But that's like the only ones I'll go back to. I don't want to hear all of these songs all the time. Up North Trip, Trife Life. I'm good.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, and then so we all know what Shook Ones is. Like we said, this is like the most classic, one of the top. It's got to be a top 5 hip hop record or something,
Yeah.
And then we got Party Over. Any thoughts on that one?
No.
All right. So what would you get? Because I mean, to me, like I said, there's some no bad songs, but definitely some mid songs to me. I think so. What would you rate this album if you had to give it a rating today?
For me, I gotta give it a 7 just because you ain't got no skips. Like, no song is bad to me. So you gotta be a 7 at the minimum to me. And that's what it is to me. Like, I can see why people call this a classic in the time that it came out before we hear all the things that we hear now and how rap has evolved more. Mm-hmm. I can see why this is a classic.
See, to me, that's far too low. One, I mean, even
that's
when you say
low, bro. It's like a 9.5, though. It's like a 9.5.
I was gonna say a flat 9. I was gonna say a flat 9. So my thing is,
you give it a 9 and you got hate like that? There ain't no way.
Because I mean, I would.
There's nothing negative. There's no points to take off.
Right. I'm taking off points for the. I don't want to replay, like I said, this middle part, Up North Trip, Trife Life, Hectic, those 3 songs, right? And then Party Over is whatever to me. So the rest of it, I like. The rest of it, I like the whole thing. So to me, and then the thing is the fact that you got smash hits, Shook Ones, like I said, top 5 song of all time, Survival of the Fittest, one of the best songs, so. That to me, that makes up for a mid song or 2.
Yeah, exactly.
So
a Quiet Storm gonna carry. I mean, not Quiet Storm. Shook One's gonna carry like 3 whack songs. That's why I had to give this a 9.5 because the song's not whack, but I mean, it's that level of song. It's higher
than
that
song. Level.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
7.5 in the chat. My goodness. So you're not alone. BDawg.
I mean, I give it that because I wasn't there. This album don't mean nothing to me. So, and 7.5, that's good. 70%, like,
nah, it's a C, dog.
That's really good.
That's a C. All right,
I don't grade it like A, B, and C because I'm giving it a letter grade.
I think I gave that
a B plus at the most. I mean, at the least, a B plus, just because it is a classic. It's just not a classic for me. I understand how it could be for others.
Y'all too low. To me, Shook Ones is putting it up 1 point, no matter whatever you have it at, should be an extra point because it got Shook Ones on it.
Right. I did that. I literally did that because when I came in, I was like, I'd give this album an 8. But then I was like, man, some of the good songs, I'll give it an extra point. Literally, that's exactly what I thought. That's exactly how I thought about it. So I couldn't even think of lower than an 8. I'm shocked that you'd give it a 7.
Y'all crazy, man.
Yeah,
y'all crazy. Even thinking this was anywhere near a 7 is hate. Blatant disrespect.
I'm
disrespect
saying
towards
out
man.
of classics.
Probably about to get y'all.
Classics is a 7.5 out of classics to me.
Oh, okay. So it's a 7.
It's already in the legendary category.
Okay, so what are some fellow 7.5s in the classic category?
Let's do this. Do you think it's better?
It would probably.
Go ahead. Do you think it's better or worse than Paid in Full?
Better or worse than Paid in Full? That's tough. Because for the time that Paid in Full came out, for it to still be so great is crazy.
Just
for my ears, this is better than Paid in Full to me. For my ears, yeah. All right. I would rather listen to this.
Better or worse than Capital Punishment? I wanted to hear Baldy's worse than Capital Punishment.
Oh, I'd rather hear Capital Punishment.
Yes, I love that energy way more.
I love this album too, but I'd rather hit Capital Punishment for sure. But I had Capital Punishment high. That's why I was like shocked when people was hating on Capital Punishment. To me, Capital Punishment is so great.
Well, I love that energy on the album.
So again, and this is my thing. To me, Capital Punishment is the same vibe. You know, when we talk about the gritty, dark beats and production and stuff like that, and even subject matter. But Pun is just a way better rapper. So that's my thing.
Is a one-on-one type rapper, man.
Right. So when we talk about, so that's my thing. When Mobb Deep is talked about, it seems like almost like it's like I never see criticism of any type. I've seen people and shockingly get online and talk about Capital Punishment's not classic, or I've seen people get online. Man.
You just don't understand, bro. Like I said, you don't have. Do you have Tim's on right now?
I don't.
If you have Tim's on right now, you would understand, man.
But this is the part I don't understand because other New York people's favorite rappers have all dissed Prodigy. Well, let's be honest. JC put the dude on the Summer Jam stage, and Nas dissed him, and Tupac dissed him. I mean, this not like he didn't have beefs or didn't already have criticism in his lifetime. It seems
his response to Jigga was bad too. It was bad.
Right.
It was weak.
Now, Drop a Gem on them, their response to Tupac was good, but I mean, that was, the circumstances of that just make it a little bit less, to me. But it's not like he didn't have criticism in his time. In the time of prime of his career, they were getting dissed. But now it seems almost like retroactively, like they are number one group.
I mean, Prodigy passed away. That's one thing. I mean, we gonna always have super love for him.
Sure.
But like I said, I don't know if that's the only reason though, man. I'm telling you, it's just who he is, man. It's who he is. His respect is bigger than that. Because yes, most people that get dissed like they did and had the response and stuff lost the way they did would have been more shunned or at least more clowned about it. You don't really hear people talk about that. How they came back at Jay-Z much at all.
Right. You hear people. So I mean, you hear people still to this day talk. And this is my introduction to Mobb Deep. Like I'm not gonna lie. My introduction to Mobb Deep was, I'm start getting into hip hop around that 2000s time. I was born in '93, so when I'm like starting to listen to music, I'm listening Blueprint, Still Mad. These are some of my first albums I'm listening to, right? And I'm hearing the Prodigy disses, I'm like, and so that's my first impression of him. I feel like other people have a different view of him, but that's my first impression of him. And then I had to go back and say, oh, what, this was the positive of it. So it's interesting to me, his legacy is interesting. And, like I said, rest in peace. I got no hate, but it's just interesting to me.
Hey, like I said, you don't remember the hype for Murder Music. You wasn't there. It was off the charts. And then when H&IC came out, I played Keep It Thorough on repeat. Shit, I still play Keep It Thorough on repeat. Like, yo. So I was very excited. Like I said, I saw them live maybe two times. We saw one time with Ghost and Ray. It was Mobb Deep and then Ghost and Ray. That's great. So I got tons of love for Prodigy and Mobb Deep.